The room is dark, quiet, except for the soft hum of the night. Your eyes are closed, your body still, and yet suddenly you are running. The ground feels solid beneath your feet. You can hear your breath, feel fear, excitement, love, sometimes all at once. You might be falling from a height, speaking to someone who no longer exists, or reliving a memory that feels sharper than real life. And then you wake up. Your heart is racing. For a few seconds, you're not sure where you are. The dream fades, but the feeling stays. And a question lingers in that quiet space between sleep and waking. Why did my brain create something that felt so real? Every human who has ever lived has dreamed. Kings and soldiers, artists and scientists, our ancestors sleeping under open skies, and us sleeping beneath concrete ceilings. We all step into that strange inner world almost every night. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live. When sleep takes over, the mind goes somewhere else. And that simple fact has disturbed, fascinated, and obsessed humanity for thousands of years. Because dreaming is not just imagination, it is an experience, one that can feel more vivid than waking life itself. In ancient times, people believed dreams were messages from invisible forces. Some thought dreams were warnings, others believed they were prophecies. Early civilizations recorded dreams as carefully as real events, convinced that the sleeping mind could see truths hidden from the waking world. Even today, in the modern age of brain scans and sleep labs, we still wake up wondering what a dream meant, why it chose us, and why it felt so real. The truth is, dreaming sits at a strange crossroads between science and mystery. We can measure brain waves, monitor eye movements, track chemicals in the brain, but no machine can fully capture what it feels like to dream. Because dreams don't happen on a screen, they happen inside us. And they borrow pieces of our memory, emotion, fear, and desire to build stories we never consciously choose. As night deepens, the brain does something remarkable. While the body rests, the mind begins to shift into different stages of sleep. Heart rate changes, muscles relax, and then there is a stage where something extraordinary happens, the stage strongly linked to dreaming. During this time, the brain becomes highly active. In some areas, it's almost as active as when you're awake. But the outside world is shut off. The senses are muted. The mind turns inward. This is where dreams come alive. One part of the brain, deeply involved in emotion, becomes especially active. That's why dreams feel intense. Fear in dreams can feel overwhelming. Love can feel consuming. Anxiety can feel inescapable. At the same time, the area of the brain responsible for logic and critical thinking slows down. That's why absurd things make sense in dreams. You don't question why you're floating, why time is broken, or why a childhood home suddenly connects to a place you've never visited. The brain accepts the impossible as normal. This imbalance, high emotion, low logic, is one of the reasons dreams feel real while they are happening. Your brain is experiencing emotion without the usual reality checks. It's not analyzing, it's feeling. But dreams are not random noise. They are built from memory. Every face you see in a dream comes from somewhere your brain has already stored. Every place, even the strangest one, is a reconstruction, pieces of real locations stitched together into something new. The sleeping brain acts like a filmmaker using old footage to create a new story. And here is where the myth-busting begins. A common belief is that dreams predict the future. Another is that dreams are messages sent to us from something outside ourselves. But modern neuroscience suggests something far more personal, and in many ways more powerful. Dreams may be the brain's way of processing life itself. During sleep, especially when dreams are most vivid, the brain is busy sorting memories. Experiences of the day are replayed, reorganized, and either stored or discarded. Important emotional moments are strengthened. Meaningless details are softened or erased. Dreams may be the feeling side of that process, the emotional packaging of memory. This is why stressful days often lead to disturbing dreams. The brain is trying to work through unresolved emotion. It's replaying scenarios, testing outcomes, and attempting to reduce emotional intensity. When something in life feels unfinished, dreams often pick up the thread. That also explains recurring dreams. When the brain hasn't resolved something, fear, guilt, loss, uncertainty, it returns to it again and again. Not because the dream itself matters, but because the emotion does. Look at children. They often dream about falling, being chased, or losing loved ones. These aren't symbolic messages in a mystical sense. They reflect a brain learning how to handle fear, separation, and uncertainty. Dreams may be a mental training ground, rehearsing emotional survival in a safe environment. Evolutionary science offers another powerful idea. Dreaming might exist because it helps us prepare for danger. In prehistoric times, social conflict, predators, and environmental threats were constant. Dreams could simulate dangerous situations without real risk, allowing the brain to practice responses. When you wake from a nightmare with your heart pounding, your body has just rehearsed survival. And yet, dreams are not only about fear. Some of the most beautiful human creations were born from dreams. Creative insights, artistic inspiration, and problem-solving breakthroughs have often emerged from sleep. This suggests that dreams may help the brain form new connections, linking ideas that would never meet in waking logic. The feeling of reality inside dreams remains one of the most disturbing questions. Why does the mind accept dreams as real while they happen? Part of the answer lies in chemistry. During dreaming sleep, the brain releases less of the chemicals responsible for rational thought and self-awareness. At the same time, chemicals related to emotion and internal imagery increase. The result is a world that feels real because neurologically it is real. The experience is real, even if the events are not. That's why pain in dreams can feel physical, why love feels genuine, why grief can feel unbearable. The brain is not pretending, it is actually generating those sensations. Lucid dreaming, when a person becomes aware that they are dreaming, offers even more insight. In these moments, the logical parts of the brain partially reactivate. Reality checks return. The dream becomes flexible. And that shows something profound. Dreams are not imposed on us. They are created by us, even when we are unaware. Across history, humans have used dreams to explain the unexplainable. But science doesn't remove the wonder, it deepens it. Knowing that the brain can create entire worlds, characters, emotions, and stories without external input forces us to question the boundaries of consciousness itself. Why does a dream sometimes feel more meaningful than real life? Why do emotional truths surface more clearly in sleep? Why do we remember dreams from childhood more vividly than what we ate yesterday? One reason is that dreams speak in emotion, not in facts. And humans remember emotion. As the story deepens, we realize that dreams are not separate from waking life. They are shaped by it. Trauma influences dreams. Creativity feeds dreams. Anxiety rewrites dreams. Healing slowly changes them. People who experience loss often dream of those they've lost. Not because they're being visited, but because the brain is searching for emotional balance. It's trying to understand absence. In dreams, the mind brings the lost presence back, not to deceive, but to cope. This shifts the stakes. Dreams are not meaningless, but they are not supernatural messages either. They are deeply human. They are what happens when memory, emotion, survival, and imagination collide. Every night, your brain tells you a story, not to predict your future, but to process your past and prepare you for the next day. And when you wake up, confused and wondering if it meant something, the answer is both simple and unsettling. It meant something because you felt something. It mattered because your brain decided it mattered. Dreams feel real because in the moment, they are the only reality you have.